Better World in Just a Decade. Talk 3. The Grand System. A system consists of some major components having specific roles and functions. The major components of the grand system are 1. Individuals, 2. State authorities, 3. Facilitator entity. Component 1. Individuals. There are various types of individuals in the society. An analyst, Mitchell, has classified individuals in 6 groups as they relate themselves to the society during current times. 1. The seekers. The seekers are the ones who search for a better grasp, a deeper understanding, and universal view. They often originate new ideas. 2. The changers. The changers tend to be answer havers. They commonly wish to change things to conform with their views. They are the critics, protesters, radicals, advocates, and complainers. 3. The makers. The makers are those individuals who make the system work. They are the leaders, CEOs, managers. 4. The preservers. The preservers are people who are at ease with the familiar and are proud of tradition. They are a powerful force in promoting stagnancy in a changing world. 5. The takers. The takers take what they can from the system. They live only marginally in the working world. 6. The escapers. The escapers have a drive to escape, to get away. Escape takes many forms, from dropping out to addiction. At the macro level, these broad categories will vary over a period of times. It may have been different 500 years before and even still different 1000 years before. Even different categories may have been there, and the composition of these categories may also have been different. Categories like destiny believers, survival centered, may have been there in earlier times, and new categories like solution seekers, empathetic, may increase in future times. At the micro level, individuals may shift from one category type to another over his lifespan, depending on circumstances and environment. Role of individuals. The role of individuals will be to present system modifications or new systems. The criteria for individuals eligible to present systems will be announced for each system modification. This can be age, education, and some more as desired by state authorities. The individuals will suggest systems. based on their experience and knowledge of the existing systems, or will present them on their capacity of intelligent thought processes. With regard to any system modification or new system, the individuals belonging to different categories will react differently. 1. The seekers would have presented new or novel systems having universal appeal and acceptance. 2. The preservers will put up resistance to protect their benefits and comforts and may highlight various risk factors. 3. The changers may criticize certain aspects to suit to their views and may support certain aspects. 4. The takers will be only concerned if there is anything of benefit for them. 5. The makers will look at difficulties in making the system run. 6. The escapers are least involved or concerned in the evolving world. For the society as a whole, the broader or larger objective of the new system should be 1. To decrease hardships, sufferings, inefficiencies, mismanagement or misuse. 2. To increase joy, satisfaction, sensitivity, responsiveness, support, security, and safety. These systems by individuals may vary from nano suggestions to mega modifications. A paradigm shift with systems preceding products will come into effect. Component 2. State authorities. These are local, state, or national level governmental bodies. In future, a global government may come into existence. The role of state authorities. The state authority to form 80% betterment cell for each demand or need of the society it has chosen to address. In these 80% of betterment cells, the state authority to decide the demand or need of the society it chooses to address. The state authority to announce 20% betterment cells for areas concerning state authority directly or indirectly. These betterment cells will decide on their own the societal concerns or demands related to the state authority functioning, accountability, transparency, neutrality, and similar important aspects. The state authority to announce arbitrator cell for each betterment cell. This arbitrator cell will comprise of odd number of individuals to eliminate the tie situation. The society receives the benefit after implementation of a new system. The society owes to the system developer for the benefit received by it. A reward system is required to continuously motivate individuals to address newer concerns and demands. The primary objective of state authorities is larger societal betterment. The state authorities will earmark funds for distribution to the individuals whose systems are implemented. The state authorities will evaluate the value of betterment received by the society. The evaluating parameters can be 1. The importance and seriousness of the subject addressed. 2. The value of betterment. 3. The level of thoughtfulness. This can be done by competent and independent evaluating agencies also. It will be at the discretion of the state authorities to determine A. The amount of reward to the individuals, B. The time period for which to give the reward. C. A system wherein the beneficiary pays for the benefit received. The vehicle that went to the moon was possible after critical mass of individuals were involved in the area of science and technology. Similarly, critical mass will have to get involved for the ultimate better world. As the vehicle to the moon came out from the human minds, similarly, the better world will come out from the human minds only. The individuals receiving the rewards from the state authorities will have to forward 20% of their reward amount to facilitator entity to manage the operation of the grant system. Component 3. Facilitator entity. At initial stage, this facilitator can be at regional level, which will integrate over time with the national and then global level. It will maintain a library of new systems forwarded to it. It will conduct seminars or exhibitions to advertise and make society aware of implementation of various systems at various locations. It will publish on the website under different categories the systems implemented from regional to national level. It will arrange for experts to explain the systems like demonstrations at industrial exhibitions. It can also coordinate with various state authorities and present their experiences where system modifications or new systems are implemented. Larger role for the facilitator entity will get evolved over a period of time. The grant system. The grant system is designed through integration of components, that is individuals, state authorities, facilitator, with required regulation and control to generate nano, micro, macro and mega betterments through nano, micro, macro and mega betterment factories. We call this unit of betterment factory betterment cell. Betterment cells will be from local, regional, national to global level. The betterment cells will comprise of individuals selected by the local, regional and national level governmental bodies. The 4 criteria for selection of individuals to the betterment cell will be A. Some individuals selected on the basis of their work or efforts in the field of societal betterment. B. Some individuals selected on the basis of their knowledge in economics. C. Some individuals selected on the basis of the knowledge of current state of affairs of the society and outcomes of various systems. D. Some individuals selected from beyond geographical borders for their progressive outlook. The local to national level governmental bodies may decide on the composition of individuals from these categories or may add some more categories. For the 20% betterment cells concerning the state authority, it should include individuals who had held positions in the operation of the governments. These individuals can be past ministers, governors, chief ministers, cabinet ministers, presidents, and prime ministers also. The members of the arbitrator cell can be retired or current judges, corporate dignitaries, lawyers, current or retired bureaucrats, or some other as decided by the state authorities. The state authority to publish an yearly calendar for the concerns, demands, or need of the society it chooses to address. The list may mention 10 to 12 items, with the first less critical and the last more critical, to allow individuals more time to think for more critical matters. The individuals to forward new systems to the betterment cell, with the first issue becoming due after 60 days and the rest every 30 days later. The betterment cell and the local, regional, and national governmental bodies to mutually decide on this frequency. In case the number of individuals submitting the new system is very high, Betterment Commission to select manageable numbers and retain those submissions. The Betterment Cell to publish these submissions on the facilitator website. Betterment Commission to give a further period of 30 days for the individuals whose submissions are not selected to post their submissions for a fee on facilitator website. These individuals must have studied the published submissions and should present a summary of what is different, novel, or unique in their submission from all the submissions submitted. The industry, that is, organizations, corporates, business houses, to award the systems on facilitator website who, in their opinion, will lead to greater societal benefit. This CSR activity of industries will become a major aspect of industry's involvement for societal betterment at local, regional, national, and global level. The individuals whose submissions are retained by the Betterment Commission can tie up with any of the individuals who have posted their submissions on facilitator website. Such individuals can resubmit their submissions with additional inputs from tied up individual. The Betterment Commission is free to consider posted submissions on facilitator website. The overall dynamics will bring forward systems having greater societal betterment. The Betterment Cell must have free access to the information like statistics, past data available with the local to national governments. Without delay, such information to be forwarded to the Betterment Cell. Working of Betterment Cell. Each member of the Betterment Cell will rate all the systems on pre-decided parameters like A. System approach to solution.
B. Amount of betterment expected. C. Positive impact on other systems. D. Negative impact on other systems. Betterment cell may add some more parameters if deemed necessary. These ratings of each member to be made public on facilitator website. An open house will be conducted wherein each member will present detailed explanation for the logics for the ratings. This event will be videographed and the video will be uploaded on the facilitator website. The betterment cell then to take the final decision through the following steps. 1. List out aspects to be addressed. 2. Assign weightages to these aspects. 3. Rate each submission on these aspects. 4. Arrive at group score for each submission. 5. Discuss and reach consensus. 6. Make final selection. Voting may be resorted wherever consensus not possible.
The betterment cell may select one particular system or may select portions from more than one and formulate the final system. Important to note that betterment cell not to formulate any part or portion of the draft on its own. The betterment cell to complete this process in a period of 30, 60 and 90 days after receipt of all suggestions from local, regional and national level respectively. The betterment cell to forward the final draft to the concerned government, national, regional or local, with a copy to the concerned ministry, as the case may be. The ministry, if required, can forward its additions or deletions to the proposed final draft to the concerned government. The local, regional and national governments to take either of the three decisions in a period of 30, 60 and 90 days respectively from receipt of the final draft from betterment cell. The options are A. To accept in toto the system as forwarded by the betterment cell. B. To recommend additions or deletions. C. To veto the system. In case the government body fails to take any decision within 30, 60 and 90 days for local, regional and national level, the system will be said to have been accepted in toto. In case A, that is, to accept in toto the system as forwarded by the betterment cell, the government to formulate suitable legislation to implement the system in a period of 15, 30, 45 days for local, regional and national level.
In case B, to recommend additions or deletions, the government to forward its own recommended additions or deletions with explanation to the arbitrator in a period of 15, 30 and 45 days for local, regional and national level. The arbitrator to study the additions or deletions and call for a joint meeting of the arbitrator, betterment cell and state authority in the next 30 days. First, the state authority to explain the arguments for the additions or deletions recommended by it. Then, the betterment cell will give their replies to the arguments put forward by the state authority. The arbitrators to deliberate among themselves and vote for accepting or rejecting any or all additions or deletions. The arbitrator to pronounce the decision which is binding on the state authority. The arbitrator to finish this exercise in a period of 15, 30 and 45 days for local, regional and national level respectively.
The government then to suitably pass the legislation for implementation of the system in a period of 15, 30 and 45 days for local, regional and national level respectively. In both the instances, that is, to accept in toto or to recommend additions or deletions. The government has the prerogative to implement the system in a phased manner.
In such a case, the government to inform the judiciary, district, state or supreme for local, state and national level for a phased implementation and the judiciary to prescribe the time limit to complete the implementation.
In case C, to veto the system, the government can put the proposed draft in abeyance.
The government may do so for reasons best known to it. The governmental bodies can veto on a maximum of 20% of the system modifications or new systems forwarded by betterment cell in a period of 1 year. The governments to reduce the veto limit to 10% from 20% over a 3-year period and aim to achieve 100% implementation to value the efforts of all involved. The facilitator website will have global data of betterment cells, the system presentations by individuals and the final selected draft with the name of individuals. The state authorities will upload their experiences of system modifications. This pool of information will give broader options to the state authorities and motivate state authorities to implement new systems. The state authorities will forward rewards to the facilitator who will pass it to concerned individuals across nations. Facilitator website, state authorities' proactiveness and adherence to timelines from 15 to 90 days will lead to better world in 3 phases.